Welcome to Landon's Pub and Pizza on West 4th Street, Watkins Glen. Hey guys, Mike Lanning again. I'm here at Landon's Pub and Pizza, and I'm here with the owner, co-owner, Bob Landon. Hi, Bob.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Good, good. So it's nice to be here. Let's talk a little bit about how we became to know each other. I know Bob. He's a good personal friend of mine, him and his wife both. Tell people how we met.
Well, I opened a restaurant in 1996 on April 1st in Odessa, New York, Village Takeout. And Mike was one of my first customers. And from that day forward, we became friends. And
A restaurant that was up in Odessa. How long was that open?
we opened in 96 and we closed in March 2011. We had opened another location in Ithaca, which we closed in 2010. And then
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and decided to get out of the business for a while because I've been in the restaurant business since 1983. I was tired.
Yeah, yeah. So what else have you done? I mean, I know, tell people a little bit about, I mean, this is the only guy I know that goes to vacation in Florida, and I walk through a flea market and there he is selling stuff. This guy sells everything and anything. He's had auctions. Tell him a little bit about your fancy with making business.
Yeah, I like to buy and sell things. I have a lot of fun doing it. I also take pride in working hard. So whatever it takes to turn a dollar and make the world go around, that's what I try to do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and the other thing is, which I think is pretty amazing, you and your wife both work full-time jobs in addition to this massive entrepreneurship that you have. How does that work?
You have to be good with not sleeping part of your day.
You don't require a lot of sleep?
Not at all. Maybe 4 to 6 hours a day is what we get.
Yep.
Her and I both. Yeah, we work hard.
And you work nights?
I work a split shift actually. I work Monday, Tuesday PM shift, and then Friday and Saturday and Sunday overnight shift at Cargill Salt.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So here we sit in Landon's Pub and Pizza, and I know this from my college days. This was where I used to romp and roll around with my friends, and we loved it. It used to be the Savoy.
Yep.
And so if you remember the Savoy, that's where we're at, but it's now Landon's Pub and Pizza. And I think one of the things that I like about it is that there's not a lot of places you can go anymore to see live music. And I know that you regularly have live entertainment, karaoke, music, and so forth.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about the things out, we'll get to the food and stuff, but talk a little bit about the services and the things that you're involved with in terms of people and activities.
Yeah, well, we always have something going on there. Monday nights we have free pool and 2-for-1, or not 2-for-1 drafts, $2 drafts. We used to have 2-for-1, and we went to $2 drafts because of the new IPAs and
right, kind of strong.
Yeah. On Tuesday night we had Dart League all summer. We're planning on doing an all-you-can-eat crab leg night on Tuesdays this for the summer. Our Wednesday night we have our wings at $7 a dozen, and we have trivia. Thursday night we have karaoke from 8 to midnight. Friday we usually have a DJ, and Saturday we'll have a band.
So also, let's tell folks that you and I have one thing that we really enjoy in common, and that's riding motorcycles.
Absolutely.
Both types. We have road bikes and we have enduros, dual sports that we ride, up on Connecticut Hill and so forth. But tell people what you have here that's related to bikes.
Yeah, well, what we do is, because we like to spread the wealth, on Wednesday nights we get together, group of guys, and we get on our bikes from here and we support local business. We'll go to Montour, we'll go to Corning, we'll go to Elmira, we'll go to Newfield, we'll go to Burdett, we'll go to Hector, to different pubs, pizza places, restaurants, and have our dinner and ride back. And then on Sunday night from 4 to 8 p.m. we have our bike night where people come down here, and we usually have live music for bike night, and it brings a good crowd. We have a lot of people that come down and enjoy that afternoon, and we're done by 8 o'clock, so you can go home, and it's still daylight out, so you're going to be riding safe. So.
That's great.
Yep.
And you know, I think the thing that I admire about that is not only are you, you know, helping other businesses by going with a large group and, you know, buying drinks and food, but there's a reciprocal relationship built between you and several other businesses now.
Absolutely.
Because I've been to a few of them, and every one that I go to, Bob has a relationship with the owner, which I think is really cool about small businesses and local commerce.
Small business has to stick together.
Yeah.
We have to do business with each other, because big business can usually survive, whatever, but small businesses need everyone. They need the local guy, they need the out of town person, they need the tourist. It's needed for a small business. You got to support.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what all your colleagues, small business owners, have been saying to me, and I've asked that question to everybody. So I'm glad that you brought that up.
Yeah.
And by the way, I tried to wear my Harley color shirt today, so I might be blending in, but I thought of you, and I thought this is the closest shirt I have, Bob.
We are definitely exposed as a biker bar, but it's really not a biker bar. We have something for everybody here. We have foosball, pool, darts, electronic and steel tip. We have the jukebox that people can play. 6 TVs. We have a little bit. We have full service bar and restaurant. I mean, we have kids. We have a high chair. Stuff like that.
Right.
We take care of.
It's family oriented too. That's
yeah.
That's definitely a good point, because some people associate biker bar with loud and you can't go and enjoy a good meal, but you really can here.
Some nights it gets a little rowdy.
If you're eating late, yeah.
Yeah, if you're late, but that's one thing that we do. We serve food till 1 o'clock in the morning. And a lot of people appreciate that, because they have been out, had a few drinks here and there, and they make this their last stop so they can get something to eat.
Yep.
And have a drink or two. Mostly we offer water late at night, because people are, you got to drive out of here, or just you got to go home, and safer.
Right. So you mentioned food till 1 o'clock, and I went back in your kitchen, because I always like to pan around, and I'll make that part of this video. And I walked in his kitchen, and I was completely blown away. I had no idea that you expanded it to the size that it is. It used to be a fairly small little room where it was kind of tight in there, and now it's very expansive.
It was like 100 square feet before, maybe 150 square feet, and we tripled the size, and it's just been a lot easier for my cooks. We've been able to upgrade our menu and add some more items. We specialize in Greek sandwiches and Greek salad, which I've been known for since 1983. I started working for a Greek restaurant when I got laid off from construction.
Right. I remember that.
Yep. I decided to go to work at a Greek restaurant rather than draw unemployment, and I fell in love with the business. I made a lot more money in construction, but I fell in love with the business.
Yeah, it shows from the time I met you after that with the Village Takeout that you really enjoy trying to create food that's wholesome and a good price too. So let's talk a little bit more about the food, because one of the things that's unique here is the Greek food. But talk a little bit about the other menu items that you have.
Well, I don't like to brag, but I think we've got really, really good pizza. I've had a couple people, they don't, you can't please everybody. But we make our dough every day fresh. We have our sauce recipe that I've had since 1996, my own recipe. I managed a place out in Dryden that had pizza, and I just asked them if I could change the sauce recipe. I said, your sauce is like terrible. And once I changed the sauce recipe, the following week we were getting phone calls, and they were like, they want to speak to the manager, and I'm thinking, oh no, what did I do? And they would tell me, did you change the pizza sauce? Yeah, I did. It's excellent. We love it. It's 10 times better than what it was. So
well, I have to jump in here and tell a true story. You know, my brother-in-law and my sister, they live down in Arlington, Virginia. And I only see them a couple times a year, but when they come up here, and my sister will attest to this, her husband, Steve, he has to get a pizza from Landon's every time he's here. He said it's, and you know, down there, that's a big deal. But he said it's the best pizza he's ever had.
Wow.
And it really is the
Wow.
sauce, and I love the sauce. You know me, I love my large, you know, cheese with onions and
green peppers,
sausage.
Yeah,
Sausage
yeah,
and peppers,
yeah.
So try it out, come down, and you know, you'll get a favorite pretty soon, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit more about what you want the public to know that you offer here.
Well, we offer chicken wings, pizzas, Greek salad, chef salad. We have spaghetti, fish fry on Friday. We do steak on Saturday. We have a really awesome burger. On Mondays we do a special bourbon burger. It's an awesome burger. We do tacos. We have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a wide range.
Yep.
I would suggest too, if you're not really familiar with the menu here at Landon's, to just go on their Facebook page, like it, and then you guys post all the time on the specials. And
yes, we do.
What's going to be there? So
but our new menu isn't on there yet. We have a new menu that's coming out, and it's not on there. It's got macaroni and cheese with different items in it, and hot dogs. Texas Hots. There's a bunch of other things in it. More Greek specials, spanakopita, moussaka, and that's stuff that you don't get in Watkins Glen.
Right. Yeah. And speaking of Watkins Glen, I mean, you're right here on West 4th Street. I was just at Toby's the other day, and you know, I want to ask you a little bit about the location in terms of tourism. I mean, Watkins Glen, everybody knows, gets you know, run over in the summertime, which is a good thing for business. So what do you want to tell people about the tourist, you know, trap here in Watkins Glen?
Watkins Glen in the summer is a zoo. It's amazing. People come from all over. We have customers here from California, from the Netherlands, I mean, other countries, states. It's Watkins Glen is blessed to have the tourist attraction, the tourist, because that's what keeps us afloat. If we didn't have it, the wintertime would be really quiet here, you know. And they come in the winter, summer.
And I think it grows with time. I mean, I've spent my whole life here, and I know you have too. You know, you think that there's going to be a lot more competition when more businesses open up, but actually what it does is there's that synergy of all the businesses, like, for example, all the wineries up around the lake. After a while, people think, you know, you can't have any more wineries. Well, the more there are, the bigger the tourism gets, and the bigger need there is for more. So
yes,
I see that cycle.
And we have such a good quality of wineries, breweries, pubs, bars, restaurants. We have such a good quality that and such a good variety. People come here and they're like, wow, we can do this, we can do that. There's so many things to do in this small area, and it's of course one of the most beautiful places on earth.
A stone's throw from the Glen.
Yes.
Literally, and you're just down the street. So, Bob, I really appreciate your time, and it's been great talking to you, not only on camera, but I look forward to some motorcycle rides this summer.
Absolutely.
And thanks so much.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much.
So, Bob, how did this come to be in terms of you and Shelley becoming owners?
Well, once we sold the takeout, I decided to get a job, full time, take all the stress away, just go to work. And I went to work in the oil fields, running, driving truck and being a manager. And when they had me in Ohio for weeks at a time, down in West Virginia, weeks at a time, I decided, you know what, I'm going to get a job local, back in Watkins. And Cargill Salt was hiring, and I said, oh, you know what, I'll do that. So I got a job in Cargill, and I had 4 years in, 3.5 actually. My wife was bartending here 2 hours or 2 days a week.
Now I remember that. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, she was bartending here. It was 2 days. She was working Friday and Saturday, from 8 to 1, something like that. I don't know. And then she would change her schedule. Sometimes it'd be early and sometimes it'd be late. But I'm sitting at the end of the bar one night, having some chicken wings and drinking I drank a lot of water because of my diabetes. And she goes, you know, he just put the place up for sale. And I'm like, no.
Not even gonna think about it, right?
I don't want to do it.
It's a lot.
I've had so many opportunities, and I decided, you know what, just working a 40-hour week sometimes is really nice. And she said, oh, please, can we do this? And I'm like, you know, I'll think about it. Well, we talked price. The price was right, and I said, well, you know, let's try it. Let's do it. I was a little nervous getting back into the business because you're married to it, you know. But it's a passion. It's a passion that I've always had. Since when I was 10 years old, I used to make my grandmother grilled cheese sandwiches. She was crippled. So I would make her grilled cheese sandwiches at lunchtime. I get off the school bus, which
very cool.
It was late for me. It was like 3 o'clock, but that was her lunchtime. And she always told me, you're gonna own a restaurant someday. I'm like, no, Grandma, no. And sure enough, it was above and beyond anything I ever thought of. But once I went to work in the business, like after about 3 months, I was in love with it.
Well, you know, that is the one thing that is also very similar to some friends, Join Us in Doan, for example. One of the things about you and her both that I know is that you are true entrepreneurs in the sense that you're always thinking about another different kind of way to make money. I don't think that way. I don't think most of the public thinks that way, but I've actually learned a lot about it, and that means basically to open your horizons to new, like my new path, you know.
Absolutely.
And you know, that's not natural for a lot of people. It's not natural for me.
Oh, absolutely.
But I admire that. I admire that with you and other business owners, that even when you get a business, you're always thinking of something else.
It's a gamble.
Yeah.
It's a gamble. You can make it or break it. And whatever you do, you have to go in it 100% wholeheartedly and give it everything you got.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever you do.
Yep, almost like any other job, but you know, even more so in terms of the risk.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to work for somebody, as long as you put in your 40 hours and you give them, you know, a good percentage of your day, decent work, you're going to have a job. But when you go out and you do it on your own, if you go in just, well, I'll just do it like this, you'll fail.
Yeah,
you have to go in.
And we live in a very competitive time, and every vocation there is, there's always somebody ready to take your job.
Yep.
So.
And you have to sharpen your pencil.
Yep.
Whenever you're doing stuff, and make sure that you're doing things right.
Yep.
Sharpen it up and keep things sharp.
Good way to put it. Thanks for checking out this video, and remember, if you are looking to buy or sell real estate, please call 607-351-2070.